Hello, good afternoon, namaste. Ideally, it's still good morning. So namaste from India. This is Ira Sahay. I'm a dLife certified metabolic health consultant, also the chief operating officer of dLife Healthcare Private Limited. I have with me today one of my mentees, one of my youngest mentees, who has reversed her grade 2 fatty liver. So at just 17, Nivrithi Mariappa was diagnosed with grade 2 fatty liver, a condition that is rarely expected at her age. But that's not surprising because almost one third of India is walking around with grade 1 and grade 2 fatty liver. It's as rampant in children as, even 8 years old, and it's normalized, which is very surprising. So when she got the scan results done, her mom, Rashmi, who's also here with us, and she got her scan results done, it was a wake up call. And Nivrithi had a fasting insulin of 10 plus. So that's very high. And it pointed to a deeper metabolic health crisis, basically. But instead of accepting this, Rashmi and her daughter Nivrithi, both came in touch with me. I think I'll mention here, very interesting is that Nivrithi's dad is also with me. So a great trust factor. And I had to, as Nivrithi's coach, live up to that trust as well. So Rashmi came to me with Nivrithi's scan report, and we started after that. And post 60 days, Nivrithi has completely reversed her grade 2 fatty liver. It's absolutely normal. All her markers are normal, and we are going to hear it from Nivrithi and from Rashmi themselves. So let's start. Nivrithi, welcome. Rashmi, welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Nivrithi, can you please introduce yourself? What do you do?
Hi, I'm Nivrithi Mariappa. I just finished my 12th grade. I'm currently 18 years old and I'll be going to study further.
Yeah. Rashmi, tell me, when did you realize Nivrithi was having some health issues?
Actually, in the month of October, she had a lot of acne on her face. So we happened to consult a dermatologist, and she asked us to asked Nibriti to undergo a scan in order to see if she's got PCOS or any other condition. But then from the scan, it was confirmed that she had grade 2 non-alcoholic fatty liver. So it was then that we went and consulted a gastroenterologist. So that's how it all started. And then we weren't very sure about the diet protocol as such because we didn't want to induce her with a lot of medications or any other stuff that was sort of usually will be prescribed. So it is how, and yeah. Before that itself, I knew you because my husband also was consulting you. So we had great confidence in you.
Thank
So
you.
we thought there's nobody else that we could go to other than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just to add to what Rashmi has said, there is no pharmacological solution to fatty liver, as I always write on Twitter, and I keep saying that. So, whatever medicines people are taking or people think it will reverse their grade 2 fatty liver or grade 1 fatty liver, whatever it is, it's not going to work, as a solution. So, Nivrithi, please tell me, what was your diet back then? Mhm.
I mean, I used to eat healthy, like compared to everyone else. I used to eat like a lot of maida and wheat. Rice also, but I used to not enjoy eating rice before. Junk, I used to not eat a lot of junk, but I used to eat like oil fried food. So
Home cooked.
home cooked, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, was there chips and, all these burgers and Coke and soda and all of that? Because this is what regular teenagers are eating, in the campus, at home also. I am now working with 4 children, and this is rampantly seen. So, what was a day of eating like for you? I mean, did you carry tiffin or, homemade foods more, or how was it?
I think everything was mostly homemade. Like it was very rare. I used to go out with my friends, but even
Yeah.
then I used to have more of healthier options. But I used to drink soda and stuff, but not like every day though.
Okay. Yeah. So, and by the way, Nivrithi was not overweight. She was not, starkly overweight, maybe a kilo here or there. So, this is a great point that, she was not overweight and yet she had a fasting insulin of 10 plus. So, Nivrithi, Rashmi, maybe you can tell us, when you consulted a doctor for fatty liver, what was his advice with regards to one medicine? And was diet ever discussed or what diet was prescribed?
Actually, like he had told us that the only medication for fatty liver was just vitamin E tablets, that which should be taken over a period of 6 months. Diet was definitely discussed, but he was more keen on having chicken rather than having. He was more keen on not having fatty fish or red meat because his main concern was cholesterol. So he had advised her to have more of chicken. Other than that, it was not like we didn't have a, he didn't just give us a protocol as such what really needs to be followed. So that was a bit.
So was low fat diet, of course, advised? I mean, how was it?
Yeah, he told us to cut down on eating mutton or like the
He was
yellow
more concerned
eggs.
about triglycerides,
Mm.
which is found in red meat.
No, fasting insulin was 10. I don't think there was a huge, it was very conged off. The triglyceride to HDL ratio was slightly conged off. So, but then, dietary cholesterol has got no major role to play in how your, serum cholesterol is or behaves. So, I think there's a bit of what should I say, a bit of ignorance there, or maybe it's not his fault, but that's the common belief that if you have a fatty liver, then you should eat less of fats. I see this every day, and people think that by reducing the fat, they can reverse the fatty liver. So that's the usual mainstream confusion there. Uh, then, Rashmi, of course, you've told us why you decided to take my help because you were not, very keen on letting this progress, that is for sure. But also the medications that were advised. So I think vitamin E was given to you.
Yeah, actually, over the past 1 year, she was very frequently falling sick. But none of the doctors, we consulted a couple of ENT doctors also. They never went to the root cause for why she was frequently falling sick. And given that she was in her year 12, it was more concerning to us. That was something which was never addressed. So all that is sort of been fixed in a span of 2 months. I also want to mention that she had this dark velvety texture around her neck, and that unfortunately I had not taken. I couldn't find a picture of her previous before the diet. So I can't just, but I can, but she had a lot of this dark velvety texture on her neck, which absolutely disappeared. That was really, I was amazed to see that sort of disappeared in a span of 2 months. Not even
Yeah,
2 months, in
and
fact, to say just within 1 month
yeah,
through,
and Nivrithi is
yeah,
glowing. I mean, your skin is so clear now, Nivrithi.
yeah,
Any acne, any
true.
pimples, any breakouts?
No, not much compared to what it was.
And one very important point here is that when before we had started and Rashmi had approached me, Nivrithi was having a massive amount of hair fall also. I
Yeah,
think
very much.
I remember talking to Nivrithi after 10 days or 15 days or, just a few weeks into the protocol. And Nivrithi reported to me that, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the lowest, she has had an improvement of maybe 5 or 6. So that was very significant that the hair fall had stopped and was stopping and improving. And now she's told me that even new growth is coming. So I think she'll be absolutely, her old self with the hair. I'll show how, Nivrithi used to look and with a, bunches of hair, thick, lustrous hair. That picture is there on the slide. So I'll show it to our viewers. But Nivrithi, tell us, how is the hair fall right now? How are you feeling? Has it improved? Is the hair coming back? As of now, what is the condition?
It's improved a lot compared to how it was like even 2 months back. Hair is growing, but it's taking time, but it's growing, but hair fall is like completely stopped. Only a few strands when I wash my hair.
Great. And the patch that you had here is not there anymore. Basically, it has to do with insulin resistance. And we see a lot of people who have patches here or on the forehead, on the neck. So this is a very common symptom. So if you see somebody like that, and we see people walking around with that, so you normally know that his fasting insulin may be high or he may be insulin resistant. So since that has come down, considerable improvement in that, and as I said, she's looking absolutely fantastic and glowing. So, Nivrithi, tell me, once you started the diet, when did you start noticing the change? Tell us the timeline. Did you find it difficult to follow? Was it easy? All of that.
I feel like the first 2 weeks were a little bit difficult, but then later, once I started like getting used to it, I feel like this diet was way better than anything. It helped me a lot in terms of whether my mood, sleep. I was sleeping. I used to get like REM sleep, and overall, I just felt better mentally and physically. I used to before I used to feel bloated, but now I feel more full after eating and good after
Lighter. Yeah,
eating. Yeah.
yeah.
So, was it easy for you to follow because you are a youngster, you are a teenager, you're going out with friends, you're moving around, always on the go? How easy or difficult was it to follow?
I didn't really find it tough personally because I felt like seeing my dad also do it, I felt like it was motivating for me to do the same thing. And the food was not bad either. I used to enjoy eating it. So
Mm.
I really liked it.
Yeah. And are you getting compliments? I think Nivritti has now joined a gym as well, and she's now strength training regularly. Are you getting compliments, Nivritti?
Kind of, yeah. Not exactly.
Maybe a few weeks down the line, as
Yeah.
you start toning up and, all your muscles and, great shape. And of course, you already have great health and the right eating habit, which is going to hopefully never let you come on pills ever again in life. You know so much about the low carb diet and how to reverse it. You've done it yourself. So I don't think you'll ever come on to pills for, all of these metabolic syndromes, at least for diabetes, hypertension, and all of that. So, Nivrithi, tell me, was there any, while you were doing the diet, you were on the my protocol, was there any restriction on calories or how much fat you were supposed to eat or low fat and stuff like that?
No. I think I eat whatever and how much ever I want
Yeah.
within the protocol though.
Yeah. So I think we had it clear right from the start. And as I've always said, I never, encourage people to count calories. There is no need to count calories on a low carb diet. And my mantra is eat to satiety. And that is what I told Nivrithi as well. Nivrithi, how many meals were you on?
3, 4
Three
actually
meals.
with a snack in the
Yes.
middle.
So she was taking her proper breakfast, and because she's she has a lot of activities and studies and all of that. So she was eating nicely, never counting calories. In fact, when we came to the end of the protocol, and after we got Nivrithi scan done, second scan, and it came to our light that the fatty liver grade 2 has been reversed. Nivrithi asked me, is it important to eat carbs? Because I don't want to eat them. I feel great this way. So that is very, very encouraging coming from a 17, 18-year-old who understands what's good for your body, understands what nourishes your body and what is actually for entertainment only, which is carbs. So, but Nivritti had everything on her plate. It was not an exclusive carnivore diet. Yes, it was meat based, but it had everything: vegetables, a bit of grains as well, dairy, fat, of course. And we are now where we are today, at the end of grade 2 fatty liver reversal. So, Nivritti, tell me, how do you feel now after 60 days? I mean, looking at your scan now, and what you have achieved is going to be very inspirational for a lot of youngsters like I am working with, and I keep hearing from their parents that it's very difficult to, control their binging, and, they would order, sneak in a Coke or, Maggie and something like that. So how are you feeling after you've seen your report, and how is it going to be for you? What's the way forward? Are you going to be following this for your life?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think I would go back to eating how I used to. And I know the damage it done to my gut. And I feel much better again eating this. So overall, I think it's better for my body and it's better I continue this for my life.
And a related question, Nivrithi, now that you've understood what's good for your body and what's optimal nutrition, how has your relationship with with food changed? And has the fear of fat, or eggs or egg yolks and meat, all of this has gone away, or it's still there?
It's pretty much gone away compared to like before. Like everyone used to tell us, don't eat too much ghee, butter, don't have too many eggs, it's bad for your body. But now I really understand what it does. And there's no, I mean, your body can take up to how much ever it can. So it's better to eat how much it requires than giving it less. So
Yeah. So I am now going to share a PPT, a slide that we have prepared of Nivrithi's journey. So let me just enable screen sharing. Can you see the slide, both of you?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let me start. So this is the first, we have basically compiled all the information and the journey that Nivrithi has made. I've always been updating the case, and so here it is. So we started with 17-year-old Nivrithi with grade 2 fatty liver along with fasting insulin of 10.44. Triglyceride to HDL ratio was elevated at 3.94, and she was experiencing massive hair fall. She also had a black patch on her neck, which we didn't, have a picture of, because I didn't know that, and it was only later when that disappeared that Nivrithi told me that it's completely gone. So so this is the initial condition. Here you can see the report that mentions grade 2 fatty liver and massive hair fall. So this is the earlier picture of Nivrithi with her full, lustrous hair. And this is how it started to look when she was losing a lot of hair. So you can see the gaps here and massive hair loss. That's when Rashmi messaged me that, this is happening. So then after 20 days, as I keep taking update every day, and after 20 days, Nivrithi told me that we started on April 3rd, 2025. And then Nivrithi told me that hair fall has reduced to half on a scale of 1 to 10. It has come down to 6 or 7. So here is our conversation, as you can see. And Nivrithi gave, a detailed feedback on her condition. So this is 11/3. And yeah, this is Rashmi's message to me, where she mentions that she's having massive amount of hair fall and 75% of hair loss from what she used to have. And this is Nivrithi's, feedback on 24th April, which is about 20 days of starting. So she has written, people who are watching it, can probably pause it and read all the feedback. So she says, my hair fall before I started was a lot, and it used to fall every time I brushed it. But once I started my diet, my hair fall has come down drastically and reduced to half. Like that, she has updated all her, symptoms and the things that she was feeling before starting the protocol. You can read it at ease. So after 2 months, this is the latest report that we did, a scan that we did. So 2 months progress is that Nivrithi has completely reversed a grade 2 fatty liver, and in less than 60 days. Larger benefits are, if this would have progressed and led to a liver transplant, the cost of which is huge. So imagine the cost, and forget the, the life that is, say, which is priceless. Imagine the cost of such, I would not even call it healthcare, I would call it sick care, and which is normalized and allowed to progress from grade one to grade two. And, things like vitamin E tablets are given, and fear of fat and eggs and things that can actually work and reverse a condition like this is only and only low carb diet. So this is the lifetime saving INR 1 crore from liver transplant and still a messed up life. We've seen cases like that also. So this story of Nivrithi's win over grade 2 fatty liver comes to a successful closure. I'm very happy for Nivrithi. And before we say goodbye, Nivrithi, congratulations once again on doing fantastically well. You've been very sincere, and that's why usually I would test after 3 months. But looking at Nivrithi's, sincerity in following the protocol, the way she was going, I thought I would get her tested. Ideally, we do not test before 3 months. And I was right. She had completely reversed her grade 2 fatty liver. I'm very proud of what she has achieved as a coach, as a consultant. And I'm always going to be there for you, Nivrithi. Whenever you need me, you will not need me as a coach for, ever in life. But yes, as a friend, I'll always be there. So anything that you want to say before you go?
Thank you so much. I don't think I would have done this without your help.
You were
Yeah.
quite encouraging, giving her enough to even satiate her cravings whenever she felt like eating something else. I can't thank
Yeah.
you
So
more in case of both my husband and my daughter. Thank you so much, Ira. You came into our life in the most difficult of times, and you know that.
no,
Thank you so
actually,
much.
there's so much to learn from you as well, Rashmi. You are so erudite and so up to date. I mean, you were the one who brought your husband to me. You were the one who brought Rashmi to me to have that kind of wisdom to not get onto a pills path, which is not only it's futile, but it's more damaging. I mean, the way we have reversed it, as I say, there is no pill for fatty liver, and there is no pill for insulin resistance as well. So it was a slippery slope, if you had gone that way. So I really I'm very grateful that you had that trust in me. I have no words. Thank you, Nivrithi. Thank you, Rashmi. And you've done very well for yourself. God bless you. Be happy always.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
Ira.
much, Ira. Thank you.
Yeah. So with this, I come to another dLife case study podcast or success story podcast. And I'll be back again with another case study very soon. Till then, take care. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, I'm here,
We need to
just
stop.
for
Yeah.
before we
Yeah.
end, congratulations to Super Mom. I would call her Super Mom because she was very attentive, towards the health of her child,
No,
and
no,
a very, very,
actually, I want to thank Ira and dLife for, in fact, coming into our lives at,
and
in the most sort of, we were very desperate, especially in case of my husband. We didn't know what to do, and we didn't even know that you would respond. Accidentally, he came across your podcast, and he was very apprehensive about approaching you. But then we thought, let's give a try. And it all worked out really well, wonderful. And he's so happy. Seeing that, it makes me very happy and sorry.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Rashmi, few points, you said ghar ka khana, 99 or maybe 90% plus of the time it was ghar ka khana. Now, this point has to be highlighted is even ghar ka khana can mess
Yeah,
up
it
life.
depends on what kind of, it again depends on the carbs, what
Yeah.
amount of carbs you're having, then the
Yes.
oil that you're using. And at times, given their age, they also have the tendency to have some sort of bakery items or whatever they feel like having. So all that still matters, I feel, even if it's
Yes.
homemade,
Yes.
home cooked food.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
saying this because I've found many novices preaching on social media or Twitter. Novices dressed as super expert coaches on lifestyle modification. That Ghar ka khana solves everything. It doesn't. It doesn't, as you rightly said, and you have the experience also now. So that was point number two, and point number three. before we end. This vitamin E, when Ira had tweeted your, case study, I had jokingly said if vitamin E could solve or fix fatty liver, the Prime Minister of India should might as well start, distributing vitamin E free to all entire population of fatty liver under some Pradhan Mantri Swasth Kaleji Yojana, so that all fatty liver disease disappears. But it doesn't. It won't. The
No,
science is that.
actually, I had Googled about this on internet. Even on the internet, it says so that fatty liver is the only vitamin E is the only whatever drug or whatever you use for.
So yeah,
So I'm not sure.
as I said, Pradhan Mantri Swasth Kaleji Yojana, he should distribute vitamin E to every household if it fixes.
Yeah, it doesn't. So it's rather a, sarcasm, what he means to say, because the PM Jan Dhan Yojana and PM this Yojana and that Yojana, considering the fact that 1/3 of India is walking around with fatty liver grade 1, grade 2. If vitamin E could do anything at all for fatty liver, I think PM can start a Yojana for distributing vitamin E tablets and reversing fatty liver disease. It doesn't. Neither does fat cause fatty liver, neither reducing fat will reverse fatty liver. It all starts and ends with carbs. So therefore, a low carb dietary intervention or therapeutic carbohydrate reduction is the only way. You've seen it now, grade 2 fatty liver, and in a youngster, who's just 17, 18 years old, has a vivacious life, is outgoing, is doing activities, studying. Even she can follow it so brilliantly, so with ease. I think if she can do it, anybody else can do it too. So thank you, Nivrithi and Rashmi, for coming and documenting this case study. I think a lot of people will benefit from what you have spoken, what Nivrithi has spoken, and it'll give strength to a lot of kids who think fatty liver is normal, to a lot of parents who are scared, of fat, and are doing this vitamin E, and eat less fat, and you don't eat meat and eggs and all of that. So I think it'll dispel a lot of darkness around fatty liver. Thank you and coming thank you, and thank you for coming and speaking to us. I'll see you on the other side of the podcast. Thank you.
Yeah, she's super mom because all the misconceptions that float around on WhatsApp messages or kitty parties, she could get over all that and follow what was told, because normally when it comes to diet, even the domestic help is an expert that fat will
Yes.
cause fatty liver and egg yolk will cause cholesterol shooting up. So all that myth which circulates around, now she has a medical report to do the talking instead of being
Yeah.
lost in the myriad of all these nonsense that goes on. Thank you, Rashmi. Thank you, Nivrithi. All the best
Thank
and
you.
Thank
great
you.
health ahead.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
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 Recording needs to be stopped.
Yeah.